Hey, Radiant Souls, I'm laughing because it's a process to get this camera set up. It's really just like, it has a little stand, it has a tripod, but sometimes it looks crooked, and I was trying to mess with that and I made it way worse. So if I'm off kilter, sorry, I apologize, but I want to talk today about a channeled message that just came through. Let me say too, because I trance-channeled this. So if you don't know what trance-channeling is, I'll talk about that in a minute. If you're new here, let me start with the introduction. My name's Heather Mays. I am an intuitive counselor, animal communicator, energy healer, author, artist, passionate about empowering you to connect with your divine radiant light. So, trance-channeling is when I kind of jump out. My consciousness leaves to allow for another being or collective of beings to use my physical body, my mannerisms, my voice, all of that to bring information through. So I do that. I'm trained to do it. I've studied it. Some of you who have had sessions with me know that I channel information, but I'm kind of a conscious channel in that I'm like hearing it and saying it, almost like an auctioneer. But I also trance-channel. If that's something you'd be interested in watching, leave me a comment below. I will share the messages that come through nonetheless. So today's message was pretty cool, and I'm actually also dressed to match it. So this is my sweatshirt that says I can't do that, choose your view. And it's a little eye chart. There's a story that goes along with that in my book, Hey Radiant Souls. This is my design. But the message that came through today from my guides was about choosing your view, and they gave a great example. So what they were saying is that right now we are all so interested in what can be. We're looking toward the future. We're very future oriented. We are excited and anticipating things that can come our way, whether globally, personally, whatever. There's this energy of yes, almost like Rosie the Riveter. Yes, we can do it. But we're also still sort of focused externally more than internally. And so their guidance was to shift back and realize that all change comes from you, comes from within. It is not given to you by any other person, other entity, other faction, other assembly of something. This is why we trance-channel, so that my logical brain can get out of the way and the right stuff can come through. Nonetheless, and the example they gave that I really, really liked was, we have this saying right now especially when we're watching current events, because I have community members on both sides of anything out there in the world, really, if you think about it. But we have this saying that I'm going to get my popcorn and I'm just going to sit back and watch and I'm going to enjoy. We say that about like comments in social media too, right? Or we know people are going to kind of throw down and say some stuff. We're like, I'm just going to get my popcorn and I'll watch. Okay. So they were kind of calling us out or calling us to action, inviting us to look at things a little differently. When we say, I'm just going to show up and watch, we're still feeding that thing that we are watching. Your energy, your attention is an investment. So if you are putting your attention on something that you don't want, even if you're watching it to be entertained, you're still fueling it. It's like taking a log, putting another log on the fire to fuel it. The great way they explained it was, if you think of our stock market, we kind of understand this principle in financial investment. If we have invested in a stock and it's not performing as well as we want, we pull that investment back. But we don't yet really apply it to our energy. There are things that we are applying our energy to that aren't really working out, and we'll just give more energy, we'll give more energy, we'll give more energy, And it doesn't really shift the thing because we're fueling it, we're adding to it, we're expanding it by investing our energy. So the perspective shift that they asked us to look at is the same, to follow the stock market analogy. If you were to watch stock, like the ticker on the bottom of the TV screen, or if you see the stock in the newspaper or online or wherever, there's the energy of observing it. So my initials are Ham. So if you look at Ham, comes across the stock ticker and it says it's down, whatever, am I going to keep investing in it? Or like, you can just observe it. So the energy of observing and saying, oh, hey, that's doing whatever it's doing today, versus taking your energy and investing in something and saying, oh, she's not doing good. I got to give it more, got to give it more, got to give it more. But it's with this perspective of it's not doing well. Let me add to it. Well, what you might be adding to it is you're adding to the not doing well energy. I hope that makes sense. So the act of sitting as an observer in a space of neutrality, because it is in that space between things where there is leverage, where you can shift things around. And so just don't invest your energy in things that you don't want to see. Pull your energy back. If you don't like what you see, and I actually have, they just reminded me, I have this explained a little bit differently in my book, Hey Radiant Souls. The first chapter is Tune Out to Tune In. If you don't like what you're seeing around you, if somebody is presenting things to you that you don't resonate with, quit showing up, quit going there, quit watching whatever that is. If it's a channel, if it is a podcast, a radio show, whatever it is, quit giving it your attention. Don't show up and say, hey, I disagree with you. Hey, I don't like that. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Because then you're throwing your energy at it. Be mindful of where you're putting your energy. It is the most valuable thing that you have to invest. So I hope that makes sense. I hope maybe for somebody it turned on a little light bulb. That's what this dude is, by the way, back there. My little light bulb dude that I can't point to. There he is. He's back there thinking for us. He's holding this space of, hey, enlightenment. So that's all I've got today. Have a most amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.